Imagine being a parent and one night hearing your child screaming in pain. In the past, they have been diagnosed and treated for a rare illness called CRPS. And for the last few months, they seem to have been getting better. On this specific night, things took a turn for the worse. So you do what you were always taught to do in these types of situations. You take your child to the emergency room. You try to explain to the doctors and nurses what is wrong with your child and exactly what they need to do to make her feel better. But your words fall on deaf ears, especially when they claim to not have ever heard of the illness that you're talking about, and also disagree with the unusual treatments that it requires, which in this case is taking doses of ketamine. So instead of the child getting the care that they need, they start to point fingers at you and accusing you of having Munchausen by proxy, essentially putting your child in danger. And that's where things get worse. They take your child away from you, putting them into state custody, and refuse to let you see and rarely even talk to them. This is only the beginning of the story of Maya Kowalski from the Netflix documentary Take Care of Maya. And this is tragically happening to hundreds of families across the United States. And while watching the documentary and hearing their story, I literally started bawling my eyes out. It is so crazy to me how the systems that were created to help us, hospitals, child protective services, and even the court system, have failed tremendously because the people working in these systems lack empathy, critical thinking, and diagnostic creativity. Maya should not have had to suffer as long as she did to get help. And the way that they demonized her mother, Beata, to the point where she wanted to take her own life, is just insane to me. And I can't even get into detail of what they did to Maya while at that hospital, because that was just blatantly wrong. I want to say a special thank you to the person who recommended it. I definitely suggest that you guys go watch it if you haven't already, because you just have to hear the story from the voices of the people involved. In some good news, I did read somewhere that Maya won the lawsuit against the hospital, and although it will never make up for what happened to them, I'm glad something was done for their family.